Hi there Aquarius, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 21st of September. Your relationship sector has really been under a lot of focus, both in the sense of how you interact with people, but also at a more psychological level. Both areas have really been fizzing with energy over the last couple of months. Now, an up part of this has been the role of Venus, which has potentially helped you to harmonise with people, or certain people. And this week, she continues to forge a terrific link with your modern ruler of Uranus. This could set up a dazzling exchange, a real fascination with someone. It could be really quite compulsive. Whether it be long-lasting is another matter. It can also enliven an existing relationship. But Mars has been in this area too. And basically for the last 5.5 weeks as this week begins. And that's much more challenging. Mars has perhaps brought difficult energies your way or seen clashes. At times it's made you more assertive and you've gone for what you've wanted. And when it's been relating well with Venus, it's been very helpful to you. Mars is actually going to relocate this week, but into an even more passionate area. But leaving that passionate area is the Sun. And that too has been having quite an impact on the more psychological side of relating. Now, there's a part of most Aquarians that really likes to know the truth of situations. And Mercury, the planet of communication, has been tracking backwards in your sector of truth. And also last week was angling up in a tricky way with Pluto in your sector of the more psychological side of life. Some issues may have spilled out into the open through this, and it may not have been particularly pleasant. Now that influence is set to go forwards more this week, but from Wednesday as the Sun joins up with Mercury, I think you can turn this to your advantage. You're going to want a lot more clarity, because for you don't necessarily easily commit to situations. You are a free spirit. You can have lots of different friendships with lots of very different types of people, but you still need to feel that there's some kind of essential goodness in that. And if that's been lacking, as the Sun moves, it can help to pull you away from a situation that's been draining you, hasn't been very good for you psychologically. Or it can help you to understand that as much as it's good to be committed, it's also good to enrich that side of yourself that does need some space to hang out with your friends, or just do your own thing, or even just have some quiet moments of peace and reflection. If you are going to be travelling in the next 3 or 4 weeks, the Sun is going to support this. Of course, with Mercury tracking backwards, everything will need to be planned very meticulously well. But your other ruler of Saturn is also set to be very influential, forging a fantastic link with the Sun from Wednesday through to the end of the week. This suggests if you are trying to open up your world towards a long-term goal, if you've really structured things well and you've been progressive, yet planned things step by step, and you really have a clear idea of where you want to go, some kind of major step forwards can be taken. But with Mars moving on Friday towards the end of the week, Mars is actually grinding in a very difficult right angle with Saturn. Now this suggests that if you're trying to get too quickly to some kind of golden reward, and especially a financial or property one, if you go against your natural sense of justice, fairness, or that of society as a whole, you may not get what you want. So it's probably better to just throttle off if you find yourself getting impatient, but also watch out for someone else who may be a rule breaker and try to take liberties with you. As the week draws to a close, Pluto also starts to go forwards. If psychologically you felt under a burden over the last 6 months, this is going to help to lift the atmosphere. And as the week draws to a close, the advancing lunar eclipse promises lots of lively energies next week, which I'll tell you about then. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.